some of those marks and adjust them, and also sometimes there's a rounding issue that comes in between the computer scribe, who's with the grand jury member, and the written scribe, and it is the written scribe's record that takes precedence. Well, this is a great result for the French crowd to have two riders in the special. It is at the cost of Isabelle Werth's horse Bella Rose, who was withdrawn last night, but it means that Marc Boblet gets to ride in the special today for France with Noble Dream Concept Sol. 70.686 his Grand Prix score yesterday. Another combination that we saw at the Remacher FEI World Cup Dressage Finals this year. Marc qualified right through to the freestyle at the Herning FEI European Dressage Championships last year. He was an Olympian in 2008, and he won the special at the Rotterdam 5-star show. And also did well in that class at Vierzon and Deauville. Maybe slightly underperformed against the Grand Prix personal best here in Caen. So they'll want to pull it all out of the bag today. Replicate some of those winning special scores they've had in their time. Good passage from this horse, real activity, cadence. 8.1 coming in for it. Half passes early on. Hitting a high mark as well. Trending over 75% at the moment. So half pass. Still garnering plenty of marks, over 8 for the passage work with this horse. Good transition as well. A little bit elevated in front, perhaps just at the very instant of transition. Translating it to extended trot. Passage to walk. The special really concentrating with those separate marks on transitions as well, into and out of paces. Marc Boblet still trending over 75%. Transition to come here. Another horse just anticipating slightly before the Piaf fully established. Only a step or two short there, really. Yeah, the Piaf 5.6. So through the first Passage Serpentine loop to Piaf once again. This Passage Serpentine loop prepares them for the upward transition to canter. And Marc Boblet, that Piaf Passage Serpentine there really brought the marks right down. 5.9. The early Piaf Passage work was so strong, so you'd be quite disappointed by that. He was up at about 75%. Having got 8s, 8.5s, probably a 9 or 2 for the passage work out of the half passes at the very beginning of the test. Half passes. times very quickly, followed by 1 times. What to like about those 2 tempies, they score 7.1 on average. You just up the rate of points acquisition here in the 1 tempies. Concept Sol, going up the centre line. Canter pirouettes, 1 tempi sequence, canter pirouette. Next questions to be answered. The downward transition, just a little bit of a stumble coming at the end of that. Low mark for those 9 1 tempies between the 2 canter pirouettes, with the pirouettes well scored, scoring about 7.5 for both of them. So it's the final Piaf Passage centre line for Marc Boblet and Noble Dream Concept Sol. Going to take over the lead, I would say, but just by the merest margins, and this was a very, very strong test initially. And even if the canter work had stayed exactly as it was that Piaf Passage work in the middle, the Piaf Passage Serpentine just before the canter work, really hammered his mark down from a possible 74 to about 70.5. Marc Boblet, Noble Dream Concept Sol, the 12-year-old mare by Caprimont, Katie Delara, Laura Delara, Jean-Louis Delara. They are the beneficiary of Isabelle Werth's withdrawal of Bella Rose yesterday. They were 31st in the Grand Prix. They're going to hold the lead here for the moment this morning in the Grand Prix Special. Well, I'm joined by Richard Davison. Richard, good morning to you. You, as you were settling in, had an opportunity to watch a lot of Marc's test, and there was a lot to like about it.
Yes, there was, and I actually didn't see the beginning of it because we were sort of too late. This Grand Prix special test, you know, is very strong at the beginning with extended trot and passage. And so obviously when you have a horse like this, which is really fabulous in both of those movements, that's why they score very highly. We're looking now at the half passes, and interestingly enough, the half passes are easier in this test than in the Grand Prix. In theory, they're exactly the same angle, but you see you can start a little bit, a metre earlier or finish a metre later. You've got a bit of scope to do that, and if a horse finds one way a bit harder than the other, then you can make it a bit easier. Actually, it's a less technical test than the Grand Prix. So, as long as you've got a horse that basically can passage and extended trot, the first part of the test, you know, you're in business.
And a real concentration on transitions as well, with a lot of specific marks for transitions in the special. I think Marc scored just about to hand. So sad for Isabelle Werth, but also great for our many French ticket holders to have the opportunity to see not 1 but 2 of their riders today. Marc Boblet, Noble Dream Concept Sol, 70.882.